Welcome to Cool Whip's Garage. What is Cool Whip's Garage? You know what? Sometimes I ask myself what that is. I like cars. I like trucks. I like motorcycles. I pretty much like anything with wheels. And I've even got something as bizarre as a 3-wheel electric Intermechanica Solo. Probably one of the most hated vehicles I drive. It's the smallest little electric thing that people don't notice when you're on the road. It's some of my friends they call it the coffin on wheels. But that said, there's other Cool Whips I like. I look at my table right now and I just realized there's a lot of Porsche stuff on my desk. I do own 3 Porsches. Not the coolest whips. One kinda is my favorite, which is it's a GT4, and I did a tribute to Ken Block and did the Huna Pegasus. I think his was Huna Pegasus, but I'm calling it the Pegasus. And I drive that around a lot. Actually, someone just did a painting for it and sent it to me from Ottawa. This is the picture I was telling you about. Vincent in Ottawa found me on Instagram, and he painted my GT4, aka Pegasus, and it's painted on a mirror. So he said he did this in about 2.5, 3 hours. I think this is amazing. And then he shipped it out to me. Honestly, I'll be honest, he did the M4, the Sao Paulo yellow M4 first, and it looked amazing as well. But when it got couriered out here, someone stole it. And we've been trying to track it down. They said, oh, it was delivered here. It was never delivered here. So, you know, live and learn. Got different couriers next time and insured it differently, and this one made it. But I love what he's done. To do this in 2.5 hours, he's even broken pieces of mirror and put broken glass on it. And then it's got one of those RF tags in there, so you can scan it and it shows his company and everything. So we'll put a link to his Instagram. So if you want a painting like this of your vehicle, you can reach out to VMate. Vincent, great stuff, buddy. I love it. They've seen it on Instagram and I guess loved it and did a picture of it, a painting. So, and we move on. So right now, another Porsche I'm building into an Overland build for a competition with Porsche Canada. Then another one we just brought in from Japan, and it was completely done out with body kit and stereo and all this stuff. And anyways, my point is, I believe I'm a car guy, not the most knowledgeable, but I enjoy going off-road in my off-road vehicles or going to the racetrack in my other vehicles. Recently we did a quarter-mile event. RC, that's the first time we met, and we filmed it out there, and I drove my Sao Paulo yellow, not green, for all those who keep on saying my car's green, M4. And we did a few mods to it, and we'll show it along in Cool Whip's videos that we're going to be doing. All these cars, they have a story. And I drive them because I like them. So there's so many times people says, well, why'd you get an M4? Why didn't you get an M5? Or why do you have an M4? Why didn't you get a Porsche 911? Or why do you have a GT4? Why do you have a GT3? You know why? Because I like them. They were cars that when they came across my path, I said, I like this vehicle. And it became mine. Like the GT4, I walked into Porsche on my birthday and said, I'm looking for a GT3. They laughed at me and said, you can't get a GT3. Like, who are you? And I said, well, what's that on the showroom? It was a GT4. And I said, well, is that for sale? They said, yeah. Can I buy it? They said, yeah. I said, write it up. I drove home, and when I got home, my wife goes, what the hell's that? I said, I bought myself a Porsche. That was my birthday present. But that's what Cool Whip's slowly is evolving into. Actually, I will tell you, it is my favorite car. It's a 1969 Corvette Stingray convertible. I call her Miranda. I've had that car since our son was born. So when he was born, I kind of made it an excuse. I said, I'm buying this car for my son. I've been allowed to keep it, and my son's now turning 20 this week. And I've had that car ever since, and it's gone through many iterations of what it is, and right now it is completely resto modded, and we'll have to do a video on that. It's out at Apex Auto right now, getting new exhaust and tweaking the suspension and the tune. That car is one where wherever I drive it, people give me thumbs up, they yell out, "Love your car." I've had everything yelled at me that's positive. The only one that was kind of bizarre was someone, it's kind of racist actually, someone screamed out the window and said, "Yo, Jackie Chan, Rush Hour." Now, when you think about it, it is kind of funny because I'm an Asian guy driving a 1969 Corvette Stingray. So I was okay with it. It is kind of funny now that I look back at it. And saying it here, I saw RC just smile there. So that car puts a smile on my face everywhere I go. And even my daughter has said, when she sees me drive by, or she's seen me driving by, or a friend sees me, they said, he's always got a smile on his face. A stupid grin. Because it just puts that grin on my face. It has that lumpy cam, if you know what that means. And the idle is just it's music. And people will yell out, "I just love how your car sounds." And getting gas at the gas station, people will chat to you. And I've only had one person ever come up to me and say something negative. It was just about driving a gas guzzler. And I said, "You do realize this is a 1969 built in 1968. So this car is over 57 years old. It's still around. It's not in a landfill. It's not rotting away, rusting away, and polluting the environment. It continues to run, and now it's actually running on EFI. It is no longer carbureted. It runs efficiently. It's not polluting the environment like the original carburetor model did." So when I mentioned that to her, it was an older lady, after she goes, "Come to think of it, that's actually really good that you're doing what you're doing." I don't know why my voice kind of changed. That's not my old lady voice, sorry. But she was like, oh, I get where you're coming from, and I appreciate that. And she completely changed. So that said, 100% of the people who have come up to me love the car. I'm trying to think. I have one. This is a hilarious moment. I'm gonna get, if the laugh meter goes by if RC laughs or not. I was at one car show, and with the 69 Stingray, aka Miranda, and I'm talking to the lady beside me, and she has her car, and we're just talking, and this guy comes by and sticks his finger in the tailpipe of my Corvette, and we both look at him like, what the heck is going on? And he goes, "Buddy, your car's not tuned properly." And I just, what? He goes, "Yeah, look at the soot on my finger. It's from your exhaust. Your car needs a tune." Thanks. You can tell that. Are you a mechanic? You can tell that from looking at your finger? I said, you should probably lick your finger and tell how off it is. Anyways, I thought it was hilarious. It got worse into another story where I actually said stuff afterwards to politely tell him to get back on the bus he came from and go home. But I tried not to be rude, but I think that's the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. Ah, damn, RC. Are we allowed to say shit and damn?
Probably say.
Do we have to bleep that? Anyways, we'll find out. You know what? We're going to have to... This is our first video. I haven't looked at what YouTube allows and does not allow. We'll try to be as politically correct as possible. Do we have to make it, what is it, PG-13 or something like that? I don't know what the ratings are. You know what? We're going to find this all out. Today was just... RC's got a camera, and with the DJI gimbal and all the fancy Rode mics and the Sony anyways, we thought we'd try it out. We don't have the lavalier mics, but we will have them next time. We're going to try to learn so that we can give great content to the YouTube audience. When I think about it, there are a lot of great channels out there. I was just watching a few earlier. I won't say any names right now, but some seem to be declining and others are taking off. I think it's a fun place, and if you have good content, good vehicles, I think it's something I'd like to do and share, that I have the ability to share the cool whips I have. Actually, someone asked me the other day, what does Cool Whips Garage mean? RC, do you know what Cool Whips? Do you know what a cool whip is? What a whip is?
Yeah, I know a cool whip. I have a cool whip.
There you go. So a lot of people know the slang. They've heard of it, whips. And I had to Google it myself at first to just verify what whips was. But it goes back to the horse and buggy era, where the buggy, the carriage, would have its wheels, and the carriage, the coachman, would have his whip to whip the horses to move. And that's where the carriage became the whip. And a car, ultimately, the slang became a whip. So I have, in our family household right now, we have 14 vehicles, which kind of sounds crazy when I say it out loud. 14 vehicles, which not all of them are cool whips, but some of them are just cool. They are whips. They are sitting in my garage. And so that's what Cool Whips Garage is about. And I'm actually in the process of designing a garage for me to put all my cars at, because they're all over the place. The sad thing is, if my wife hears this video, she's gonna go, what the hell? Right now there's 6 different cars at 6 different garages let me correct myself. 6 different vehicles at 6 different garages getting different stuff done. Which, the more I say this out loud, RC, this is sounding quite insane. It's like, what the hell? Let's not talk about what it costs to get stuff done at garages, because I got to the point where I can't service a lot of these vehicles myself. With the '69 Corvette Stingray, I can do a lot of stuff on it. I actually did everything on that car. I've done everything from body work to suspension work to tuning. I used to tune the carburetor myself. The EFI, when we put it in there, I tuned that myself. But as we get going, I realize there's other people who can do it better than me. So one of the biggest things I've learned in life is, if someone can do it better than you, let them do it. Because I'd rather pay them to do it better than me and the car run better than me do it. Get frustrated, take 2, 3, 4 times as long as they would do it. There's no joy in that. I'm good at washing cars. I'm good at driving cars. I think I'm good at driving cars. Sorry, other people will say, dude, you're not the fastest out there. But you know what? Not bad. We took that M4 out to Mission Raceway on June 2nd, and I pulled off an 11.17. Not bad. The front tires were sticking a little bit, and I learned that you could actually launch it in second. So if I knew that when I was there, and I probably should have looked at my phone, I probably could have just dipped my toes into the 10 seconds. I would have been happy with the 10.99. I'd never do it again, because I'd be able to say, just like Vin Diesel in Fast and Furious, you owe me a 10-second car.
You know you owe me a 10-second car, right?
Or you got a 10-second car, that kind of deal. I want to be able to say that. I have to go back. So I'm going to adjust the tires, learn how to launch, and go back. But it's all just fun. For RC, that was, like I said, the first time we met. Did you have a fun time at Mission Raceway?
I definitely had fun.
There you go. See, RC, man, a few words. But it was a great event. We had a lot of amazing people out there racing everything from, what were those, 69 Chevelle? I believe it was a 69, and he pulled off a 698, I believe it was. Crazy fast. Actually, I just realized right now, I have the slip here. So to prove it, quarter mile ET 11.1738, and it says winner. So yeah, I kept that. Glad I did keep it. I gotta frame that. But when I get into 10 seconds, then I'm gonna frame it. So all this is about having cool cars and bringing it to the audience. We have one out in the parking lot right now, and it's a 2008 Cayenne Turbo Tech Art Edition that I just recently brought in from Japan. Dirt cheap! I believe the story is because in Japan, older vehicles and gas pigs like the 8-cylinder Cayenne Turbo, they're expensive to insure. So a lot of people would rather get rid of them than keep them. I brought it in here with 70,000 kilometers. A full Tech Art body kit, which includes the hood, the front valence, the rear valence, the side skirts, the Tech Art exhaust, and crazy, I haven't even counted all the speakers, but the original Japanese auction said 22 speakers. I'm bound 22, but actually lifting up the tailgate, I found 2 more the other day. So there's 22 speakers, it says, and there's 5 amps, which it said there was 5,000 amps. I don't know how they got that. But you know what? I'll have to look at the amps. I think one said 1500 and whatever. I don't know how it gets there. But I don't want to listen to 5,000 watts of stereo in the car because it's just, I'm not a young kid anymore and it gives me a headache. But it is a cool car. It's a cool whip. So maybe we'll go out and show that one outside because it's the one we have today. And, you know, I hope you guys enjoy this. Sorry, politically correct. I hope you people enjoy this. We're going to have a lot of edits, I can tell already. But it's going to be fun. And I hope you enjoy the journey that we are taking with Cool Whips Garage.